Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Jace Talks Shit. So I've tried to film this like 6 times, but I don't have a camera, and the person who has a camera somehow needs to use his camera. Asshole. So I'm filming this on my phone, and maybe you'll at least have some decent audio. Yay. I'm sort of had to scrap my ideas for the videos that I had planned because I had them half filmed and then had my camera taken away from me. So I'm gonna try to do what it would look like a weekly video would sort of look like. I'm not sure if I could even really do that because I feel like what most people watch this for is for me to talk shit, which don't worry, I will get to. But if this is going to be a regular thing, I guess I would have to talk about videos as they came out, right? So first thing I want to talk about is this new video with Tim Champion called Doing It for the Boys. It has this fantastic opening.
I'm on fire. I wake up in the morning and I'm on fire. I just can't do enough. It drives me crazy that I've got to go to sleep.
Big fan of that. Really miss people doing original things and not just going for crazy cinematic quality. It's just a bunch of sick shit he did while he was in California with Modus Project guys and I think Joseph Hendo, so Storm. Just a bunch of bars from inside, but it's good. You should at least watch it. It's a YouTube video. Oh shit. Computer almost fell. Anyway, you should watch it because it's on YouTube and you probably haven't watched it because who the fuck watches YouTube videos anymore? Next thing I want to talk about is Farang actually finally dropped their shoe. Yay! So much like Farang's line, it is beautiful, but way too expensive. Farang's line sort of reminds me of an Instagram model. Good to look at, but I ain't gonna pay for that shit. This new shoe that they came out with, which is fantastic, looks great, they retail for $110. And with at least coming to the US, to Florida, it's another $20 in shipping. So $130. So what I'm hoping is gonna happen is that one of my friends is gonna get them for free for promotional purposes, and they can tell me how they are. Because I can't even afford a camera. Which segues well into my next thing. PKFR did a really good Instamix of Corky, which if you don't know is the beast from Japan. He looks like he's about 4 feet tall, but fuck is he good. Farang, why haven't you sponsored him yet? Did he do something to you? Did he hurt you? Did he touch you? Because he's got the Farang style. He's got the can do shit off of about nose-high blocks and stomp the shit out of them. He can probably do parkour outside. He's got the whole Farang package. He's got one thing that you guys don't have. He's not hurt, which is a low blow because I'm hurt. I've been hurt for like fucking 4 years, so I don't know why I'm talking shit, but you know, fuck. He does stuff and he posts it in black and white on Instagram and it blows my mind. I want to see him in high quality. He can do a line in tiny spaces that you guys need to film in for one day to make a video. Alright? Maybe with him you could go back to the daily videos, but don't go back to the daily videos. That was a bad idea from the start. No one's gonna watch that much content. No one's gonna even watch a YouTube video, let alone 7 or 5. Hopefully Zen isn't dead anymore and he can make a video. You guys could sub in Corky. I love Zen, but sub in Corky for a quick bit. But anyway, bottom line, sponsor Corky somebody. Get him in high definition video doing something. George McGowan, take it away.
Look at this. Jeez.
Oh, I will, George. I'll look into it. So Modus Project dropped a new video, and it's California chillin'.
So just arrived at the spot, but there's security, so we're most likely going to be kicked off straight away.
Nah, fuck him. I'm gonna break this bottle over this nigga head.
Watch this video, if not for the crazy talent, but for George's amazing accent. He's either Scottish or Irish, which is a big difference to them, but here in America, that's just funny accents and like a kilt, probably. So anyway, he's like 4'2", but he can jump like Tim Champion, and Tim Champion's like 6'10". I'm not going to show much of this video because a lot of it is stuff from Tim's video, and mixed with a couple scenes of George doing the same thing, but about 2.5 feet shorter. George is like the bounciest motherfucker on the planet. I don't get anything that he does. But anyway, go watch that video. It's pretty good. Before I get into today's talking shit part of the video, that's what you want to call it, I want to bring up something really funny that was brought to my attention. There's a group called Riot Parkour. Now, Riot Parkour, since you don't know, I know you don't know, is a group of kids I don't know who, but fuck me, do they like Try Hard Collective. First off, we're just going to do a little quick side-by-side of these two videos. One's from a Try Hard and one's from Riot Parkour. Bet you can't tell the difference.
Check my bankroll, AO 400K for vehicle. Paint job look like ashy ankles on Django.
Other than the skill level, you can notice weed smoking, same transitions, some sort of gutty rap song, really matches up. Now, if that's not enough, I'd like you to check out Riot Parkour's logo and Try Hard's logo. Just stop. Just don't do that anymore. Just make your own thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do your own thing like everybody else does. You know what I mean? Try at least. You know, give it a shot. You don't know until you've tried. Now let's get into my favorite part of this video. I think I'm gonna start calling this, I don't know, the cringe of the week. But it's really hard to do that because I could make an entire video on this motherfucker's channel. Nick Provost. Now, if that's how you pronounce his last name, I have no idea, because he very smartly shortened it to Nick Pro. He has over 1 million YouTube subscribers, and let me show you his fucking opening. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, I'm making this right now, and it's hard for me to keep going past that point. And that's been my problem with a lot of these videos, is like, I'm trying to make fun of it, but it's hard for me to get past how cringy it is, because it's like, how is this not already making fun of itself? How is this not already satire? You know what I mean? Like fuck. So, he has the greatest start off.
What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys?
So in this video, he does stunts from the new Spider-Man universe, or from the new Spider-Verse into the universe, Spider-Man movie. Not from the movie, from the trailer. And he recreates it. Now this is a series that he has done, and has actually gotten very popular on YouTube which just sort of shows what the average YouTube viewer's age is. So after they're done watching their Fortnite dance recreation videos, they pop on this, and they get hyped up to go try some of this stuff outside. So now let's dive into the first move here, which is just a laid out gainer. Now, just to prove that this has nothing to do with the parkour community, let's just listen to how Nick has to describe this.
So for the first stunt, we have Miles Morales running off a crane to go into a huge gainer. So I'm on top of the biggest structure that we have in this gym, and I'm gonna run off of it just like Miles to go into a gainer.
Some of you might know that as a running gainer. Yeah, it's a pretty self-describing move. You'll notice one thing that's really great about these as we go along. He slow-mos his moves to time perfectly with the trailer, because obviously they're not the same. It's like, if you're going to recreate these stunts, shouldn't you not have to edit them at all? Shouldn't you just be recreating them? Maybe don't do the stunt he does off of a crane, off of like a 10-foot box, because it's not the same thing. Maybe I'm just being pessimistic, I don't know. Let's move on to the next one.
Next trick, we have Spider-Gwen jumping off the side of a building to go into a huge diving front flip. So I'm gonna run off of this structure over here, and I'm gonna go into a front flip, and I'm also gonna try and stall it to make it look just like hers.
So in this next one, Nick tries to do a stall front flip and just fails miserably. So if you didn't see from the first angle, you can see from the second angle that he doesn't stall this whatsoever. There is no stalling involved in this. He is just doing a front flip off something high. If you go straight into the front flip, you're gonna over-rotate it. So what he does is masterfully just puts his arm out in the middle of just a front flip. It's not called a stalled front flip if you're already it can't be a stalled front flip if you're in the middle of the front flip already. If you're upside down and your arms are out, it's no longer stalled. You're just doing a front flip with your arms out, bro. It's like 10 feet off the ground, no shit, you're gonna still land it. Like, what the, alright. So this is where it starts getting really good, is when he starts doing stuff on the white threaded tramp. In fairness, this is probably closer to what Spider-Man can do, considering he's fictional. In this next one, he really tries to nail down that he gets hit by a car and recovers with a back handspring over a car. So he does. He recovers with a back handspring over a car. You saw what he did there, right? He did like a back handspring and pushed. Like, he like went back, and then so you could recreate that like with a block. and it would look pretty cool, sort of, because he sort of is off axis a little bit, but no, not Nick. Nick's got to do this on a white threaded tramp. It comes out looking exactly like you would think, a back handspring on a white threaded tramp. What makes me upset isn't the... Okay, the whole thing makes me upset. But one thing that makes me upset is the fact that he doesn't even go into, like, the terminology of what this would be called in parkour. Like, this has nothing to do with parkour or freerunning. This is straight up just Nick being Nick and just trying to get as much attention as possible. Because if you put the name in it, like you call this a flyaway like it is, people can look up flyaway and realize, oh, this actually wasn't that good of a flyaway. He has to simplify it all the way down and then doesn't explain what it actually is. I don't know, maybe that's just, that annoys the shit out of me. Like why not promote parkour now? But no, the 1 million subscribers that he's got has nothing to do with parkour apparently. He's just a stuntman, which in fairness, he does fall a lot. So I guess that does count as a stuntman, but I'm pretty sure you're supposed to get paid to do it. One of my favorites here is this gargoyle gainer. So we all know what a gargoyle gainer is, right? You know, like the one like Alfred Scott does, Sean Bautista does, Eric Mukamechan does. There, you hang off the fucking side of a wall, and then you gainer. Nick, beautifully, still calls this a gargoyle gainer. So this is the only time that he uses the fucking right terminology here.
So it's called a gargoyle gainer because it starts off in the position of the gargoyle statues on top of buildings like this. And I'm just gonna recreate it here.
And he doesn't do it. He does a fucking gainer off of a mat while putting his hands on another mat. It's not a flat fucking wall. So now we've got 2 laid out gainers. I don't, the first one wasn't necessary, let alone the second one. And how the fuck is that gargoyle? You see that his feet are standing on something. That makes it not a gargoyle gainer anymore. No longer is that a gargoyle. Gargoyle is supposed to hang. They don't fucking just sit there. Like that's the whole point of a gargoyle gainer, is that it's scary. It's almost too easy to make fun of. So I feel like it's not worth it almost, but it is worth it to me because this is just so fucking retarded.
Next up, we have Miles Morales getting hit by a car, but then he does a front handspring off the hood.
So you see that he doesn't get hit by a car. He almost gets hit by a car and dodges it with a front handspring, first off. Second off, you could do this coolly, sort of. Like do like a front handspring and really try to push up and flail and shit like he did, you know what I mean? Like really try to recreate it. But Nick doesn't do that. Nick has a block about the size of a hood of a taxi cab. Over
here I have a block which is about the same height as the hood of a car, and I'm gonna run towards it and front handspring over it.
Can we just slow-mo that run up really quick? Oh man. So there's just no style, no nothing. That's just a fucking front handspring off a block. Doesn't even attempt to try to like do anything that Miles Morales does. It's just doing a front handspring, which if you're gonna do that, why even say you're recreating a stunt? You're not recreating anything. You're just doing a fucking front handspring. So apparently that's not good enough, which is good. You would think, yeah, you're right, that isn't good enough. Then he goes to a white threaded trampoline again.
He got a lot of height on the front handspring, so I'm also gonna do it on the trampoline to get more height like him.
He doesn't even try to like get the extra height at the end. Like that's like the whole point of this, is that Miles is really strong and athletic, so he can't control it yet. Nick just does a fucking front handspring from one white thread to another. It's not even, he doesn't even attempt to like make it really high. Like I don't know, I feel like Pasha could fucking do this, right? Like anybody else that was trying could do this, but I don't feel like Nick has to try very hard for these videos, and they get a lot of views. Like I'm not trying to talk shit about the views. Holy shit, this got like 200,000 views in one day. I found this and it already had like 200,000 views, and I saw it the day it came out. No, I'm not subscribed to Nick Pro. Unfortunately, I'm not a Nick Pro bro. I found it on Instagram, which is where you find all the good things nowadays. So I can't really go into this any more than I already have. I'm just gonna show you a couple clips that I just thought were great.
So just like earlier, I'm gonna use this block as the hood of the taxi, and I'm gonna vault over it. In this one, we have a villain chasing Miles down an alley, and then he does tic-tacs off the walls, kind of like in Ninja Warrior.
I've only showed you a couple of the moves in here. There's like 10 or 15. I don't know. I didn't count. I had a hard time even trying to watch the whole video. I skipped through it, if I'm being completely honest with you. But The ending here is the real gold.
As usual, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Don't do aerials anymore. No one do aerial. If you're a free runner, just don't do aerials anymore. Okay? A-twists, barely an aerial. Most people don't even set them like an aerial. Okay? So we can count that out. Alright? Don't do an aerial. And don't land it in this awkward ass position. He just ends up standing there. He looks like a 10-year-old standing for a photo here. I don't get it. But this is where I'm going to end the show today. This is not really what I had planned. So there's things that I didn't cover that I'm going to obviously have to cover in another video. If you like these shorter videos, let me know. If you'd rather like monthly long videos, let me know. If there's something you'd like me to cover, let me know. And I'll leave you with a couple fails. So enjoy your week and get the fuck off YouTube or Facebook. Should I upload this to Facebook? I'm gonna upload this to Facebook.
C'est un ouf, mon gars.
Já jsem šel moc pozdě, ale. Ty jsi kokot. Ty zaplatil double. Přijdu? Ne, ještě přijdu. Je mrtvý, vole.